Good evening, everyone. I'm going to put us in right here. There we go. We should be visible. It's nothing we're going to need right there. And here we are. Hello. I don't know if anybody's with us yet. I'm wearing my watch again. I forgot to turn it off, so just a second. There we go. Turn my ringer off. Stop making noise. Visible and audible. Always a good sign. Hello, Paul.
Hi.
Paul will be very excited to hear what movie we're doing next week.
Okay.
Very excited, but that's at the end. Hello, Eve. Hello, Tegwin. We have a full house night. Full house as in all of our usuals.
Yes.
Hello, usual viewers. We love you. Oh, sorry. Good evening and welcome to
Monday Movie Madness with
Mel and
Zim.
There we go. He insists.
I do.
So, as you all know, we've been gone for 2 weeks, but we have light. You can see us. Funny story about the light. I was sure the light bulb was out. Yeah, I'm totally going to share it. You thought you were going to get away without it, didn't you? Totally thought it was a light bulb. So, I had him change the light bulb. Still didn't work.
Had to climb up this is like
it's a very high ceiling.
Yeah,
Did not work. So then we're like, oh, there must be a short in the line somewhere because the fan and the fixture is separate. So we kept the light off. We
changed 2 light bulbs.
Brought an electrician out. Electrician goes up there and changes the light bulb, and magically it worked because it was the light bulb. He was using the wrong size of light bulb. Yeah. Round of applause for Zim.
I used the size that had already been in there.
Well, and then my dad was very funny. Did you hear what he said?
Uh-uh.
He's like, it's like a 7/8 difference in size. It's like the most obvious thing in the world. It's like 7/8 of an inch different.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not 7/8. I'm sorry. He said it's like a 1/5 of an inch difference. It was some teeny tiny little number, like way less than an inch. And I was like, that seems like an honest mistake to me. I'm just saying.
I took it next to the bulb. I pulled out of it, and it was the same size.
I believe you.
Okay.
But it was still really funny. Because we called an electrician and everything. It was just light bulb. So, yes.
$25 light bulb change
We've had
later.
our show a whole bunch because of the light bulb. Because we're awesome. I don't do ladders. So I get to blame him for it entirely. I've actually fallen off a ladder before, nearly impaled myself, scared the crap out of me, and I will never climb a ladder again.
I've fallen off a ladder as high as probably higher, onto my back and went, oh! And then I kind of got up and looked around and quick jumped up.
That knocks the wind out of you. I fell onto our dining room table and chairs, and I broke. Did you not remember this happened at the apartment? I was hanging up the art while you were at work one day because I wanted to surprise you. It was when our friend was visiting. And she was helping me do it.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
She's the only reason I could stand up. She had to clear away the debris because the table fell on top of me. So I was up on it was just a step ladder, but it was like a taller step ladder. It's not like a 2-step thing. It was like a 4-step thing. So I'm up on top of a step ladder. There we go. It was an 1/8. It was an 1/8 of an inch difference. And my dad said it was, he said it as if it would be really obvious difference. I gotta be honest, an 1/8 of an inch, I can spot 5/8 of an inch really easily because I sew. And that is, in general, the seam gauge. But an 1/8 of an inch, that's not a whole lot. I'm on your side here. It's an honest mistake. Anyway, so I'm up on this step stool. I'm hanging the artwork while he's at work to surprise him because it's all his artwork. He's a Disney fanatic. And he's got all of these beautifully framed pieces of Disney art. And so I was hanging them all up around our apartment while he was at work to surprise him. And as I'm up hanging the Firebird one, it's the Firebird one, tried to kill me. So I'm up on top of the thing and I'm hanging the picture. I don't even think I was to the point of hanging the picture at that point. And I lose my balance. I shift my weight a little bit and my foot slips and I end up falling back catching we had this oval dining table. I catch the corner of the oval dining table and land on the chair, bust the chair completely. And as my friend pulls me off the ground, we realized that one of the legs was still sitting up and pointed, and it was literally right. I don't know if this shows on the camera, but it was literally right here next to my side. So I was this close to being impaled. And
you're not a vampire.
I have never. Still deadly to humans. I cannot talk tonight. It's still deadly to humans, believe it or not. Impalement will kill both. Yes, very close to being impaled. I will never climb a ladder again. It has scared me off of them forever. It's a very, very, very frightening experience.
I fell off mine. And
painful.
Think I was changing a light bulb at Suncoast at the store that I was managing. And it was before we were open, nobody else there. I fell off. I'm towards the front of the store and land on my back. And I lay there for a second. And then I kind of came up and I looked out the gate to make sure no one saw me.
You're such a cat. It's a very cat thing to do, right? Yes. It's always what the cats do is they'll do something dumb and fall off of a couch or something. Both of our cats are gone, unfortunately, but that is what would happen is they would do something really goofy. They'd just be walking along and fall off the back of the couch or something, and then they'd get up and look around to see if anybody saw them, and then stick their tail in the air and walk away full of attitude. So, yes.
That's some high quality H2O.
Hydration break. Sorry, my hair's crazy.
I'm really thirsty lately, so bear with us.
Yes, if I look like death, it's because I feel like death.
Are you coming to take my soul?
Maybe, or maybe I'm finally becoming a vampire.
I challenge you to a game of chess, sir.
We've had an enormous amount of drama in our household. We sent our kids back to school 2 weeks ago for a summer program, and there's been some major issues at the school with the people running it. And it's a school we went to before, so we were kind of surprised.
Yeah.
And so we've actually pulled them back out because it reached a point where we were getting concerned for their safety. So we've had all kinds of drama with that. And frantically trying to find a new school for fall because where we are located, the public schools are very, very, very bad. Here they like to refer to Moses as a founding father of the United States and think that it should be taught that way in the public schools. So my historian husband has a problem with that, and so do I. But not for not religion is everybody's choice, but you don't teach it in school unless you're at a religious school. So we're trying to find a school frantically for fall. Everybody else found their schools back in May, so we are we're a little behind in the process, and it's stressful. And then on top of it, my doctor changed the meds, and so I've doubled up the dose of one thing, and I'm taking this crazy injection that's got me feeling horrible.
And I found out today I've got to get glasses.
Oh, boo-hoo. Welcome to the club. I'm excited for my new glasses. They're
However, tomorrow, I return to the movie theaters. It has been 15... I think Star Wars was the last movie I saw in the theater. And I don't mean 77. I'm talking about Rise of Skywalker.
Episode 9,
Yeah.
Was that after Endgame?
No. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. No, that was the last movie.
Last movie I saw in theater might have been Cats.
Or was it...
Because we took the girls.
Or was it that horrible Birds of Prey movie?
Ooh, it was February. We had that in February. COVID was March. So that might have been it. Oh, it's the last movie we saw in theaters. It was the cutting people's faces off the live movie.
Bad. Yeah.
It was not good. Do not recommend. We will not be doing that on the show. I've sat through that once, and it's so funny because at the end of the movie, neither of us liked it, and we each only stayed because the other had not expressed the desire to leave. And I was like, they show you what the bad guy literally, it's no spoiler, it's in the first 5 minutes of the movie, he literally cuts people's faces off, while they're alive and screaming, including a little girl.
Okay, but I didn't mind that so much in Texas Chainsaw. It was more that,
I minded
this movie had nothing, there was no point. It was just fighting for fighting. Like, there was no reason for any of it. I was bored.
Yeah, Tegwin Frozen 2 is probably the last for you. Which time? The first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time? I think you only saw it the once. That's a movie I saw in theaters a lot.
Well, that was November, though.
That was November, yeah. No, we did Birds of Prey, I think was our last one.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go back and see Fast 9, so...
Yeah, his big return is to go see a Fast and the Furious movie.
Yep. Excited. Not necessarily because, I mean, I the Fast movies I've found finally an appreciation for. They're silly fun. Stupid but harmless, I think, is the way to say it. And I lost track of where I was going with that. What was I saying?
I have no idea.
Okay. So, anyway. I lost track. Never mind.
That's okay.
Moving forward.
Make sure you wear your face mask and social distance. WHO just released new things. So CDC is saying business as usual. WHO comes out and says, please continue to wear your masks and social distance, even if you're vaccinated, because the Delta... It's a Delta that it is.
Yeah.
The Delta strain is really aggressive, apparently. Yeah. So we're sending our kids back to school just in time. Yeah. It gives me okay, let's move on. I'm getting stomach cramps thinking about it. So we're not actually here to talk about whatever, although I'd be happy to. Just social hour. Who needs movies? You guys see him flinch when I said that? Excuse us while his head spins off into another dimension. My energy level tonight, though, is going to be a little low. And I've lost my ability to talk, apparently. I've been having trouble talking all night, so this will be... What did I say at dinner that was so funny? I was trying to say two colors, I think. Did I say boo and plink or something like that? Because I was trying to say blue and pink, and I said boo and pink. Or boo and... I can't even do it now. Boo and plink instead. I think that's what it was. Okay. The good news is the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines seem to have longer lasting protection than previously expected and may last multiple years or longer. Nice. Good to know. Plink. Yes, it is. I said boo and plink. Okay. There we go. Because I was trying to say blue and pink. What I was talking about that was blue and pink, I don't know. But I couldn't get it out, and I tried over and over, and it went badly every time. And now that I've said it several times, I keep trying to say plink instead of pink. Like, legitimately.
Alrighty then.
Yes, he was saying something about Fast 9, but I'm not going to get him back on that track because he literally binged all of the Fast and the Furious movies over the last couple weeks, and I'm just not going to open that can of worms.
You need to watch them. They're fun.
You've said that just a few times.
You will like it.
I know. So tonight we're talking Paradise Hills.
Yes.
Paradise. I was looking up the release date on that, and did I finish doing that? No, I did not. Hold on 2 ticks. I missed...
2019, right?
Was it 19 or 20?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out a guess.
It was 19 or 20. You're right about that. 2019. Well done.
Yeah.
Bravo. So, you've got this thing too far over today. It's like so far away from the chat for me. Like, guys, my chat is like way over here. I can't even pretend I'm looking at you. He put the camera in front of where he sits. Not
no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
It's centered.
Here you go. Look at that. Look at that straight line right there.
No, you're going like this. Come on.
They know because they've got the head on you.
I'm to the side.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm trying to see what y'all are saying. Oh my god! I just said y'all. I don't say y'all. Ugh. That's a Paul thing. Paul says y'all. And he makes a point of saying it, too. It's very funny.
It's better than you.
He always emphasizes it. It's like howdy. Oh, no, it's howdy that he says. That's what it is, not y'all. He says howdy. It's funny. Cracks me up. Howdy. And then when you hear him talk, it's like howdy sounds so unnatural out of his mouth. It's funny.
I also say y'all. And no worries.
I say no worries. I don't usually say y'all, though. I don't want to get sued.
We're not going to get sued.
We will, because then I will start singing it and I won't be able to stop.
Oh.
That's like when you sing Spandau Ballet. Like, I cannot stop myself. Nuh-uh. It's gonna be weird tonight, guys, because we're out of practice. We had a week off, and then we had a week off before that. Oh yeah, real quick,
we're gonna have
next week off too while we're on the subject.
Yes, because it's the 5th.
It's the 5th. We're gonna be up all night on the 4th because fireworks are allowed here and they do not stop all night. And while some of us can sleep through anything, some of us cannot, and we'll be up all night, and so will my kids.
Yeah.
If we can get them to sleep before it's too bad, then we might be good. But no, they go all night, and the kids are up all night, and we're up all night, and
they've been in the bed with us.
Yeah. We put on TV. We try to drown it out, and cross our fingers that they'll pass out before 1.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna do this next week because we're gonna be tired.
That's right.
I'm gonna go to bed at 7 after my kids go to bed. I'm gonna just crash, so I won't be conscious for this. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, but we'll remind you at the end.
Yeah.
This week I swear we're gonna talk about Paradise Hills at some point tonight.
You were
16
wanting
minutes.
to streamline tonight.
I know, it's like, let's streamline because I don't feel well and I want to lay down and go to sleep. So we need to book it and get through stuff. And it's such a weird movie that I don't even know if that's possible because it's gonna be difficult to explain. It's a weird movie. Paradise Hills came out 2019. Nominated for 22 awards, won one of them at the Toronto After Dark Film Festival for Best Cinematography. You like to do the actors.
Okay.
I will chime in on her because I have a whole little in parentheses. I'm bitching and moaning in our notes.
Okay. So the director is Alice Waddington.
Waddington.
Waddington?
That's how I would pronounce that.
Most known for Disco Inferno and Paradise Hills. Of course, our star of the month, Milla Jovovich.
Jovovich, yes.
We'll cover her later. She
plays
the Duchess.
Yeah.
And then Emma Roberts is Uma. And she is best known for We're the Millers.
Which we both recommend. The movie is awesome.
Aquamarine, The Art of Getting By, and Wild Child.
No regrets.
It's Jennifer Aniston.
That whole movie is just
yeah, it's hilarious.
If you want to laugh your ass off, watch We Are the Millers. The movie is just bonkers.
Yes.
Every one of them are nuts. I love it.
Next is Danielle Mcdonald, who plays Chloe.
Did you finish? I talked over you. We Are the Millers, Aquamarine, The Art of
Getting By and Wild Child. Yeah. Danielle Mcdonald is Chloe.
Plays Chloe.
Mm-hmm. Best known for Patty Cakes, Dumplin'.
Which I recommend. Dumplin' is amazing. Again, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Bird Box. We should do Jennifer Aniston. And Unbelievable. Next is Aquafina. Plays You. Best known for Ocean's 8, Crazy Rich Asians, The Farewell, The Little Mermaid, which is
so this is where I start
yet. Okay.
Yeah, you can read the whole thing that I said here.
This isn't even out yet. Such better things to include, like Raya,
where she plays the dragon.
The dragon, yeah, and Jumanji: The Next Level,
where she plays Ming.
WTF IMDb.
Yeah. What the fuck, IMDb? You put something in the most known for that isn't. It's filming right now. It hasn't even been filmed. It's literally
she's in the Disney live action?
Yeah, she's doing the Disney live action. She's doing the voice of Scuttle.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So they put something in there. They put 4 movies up for every actor. And one of the ones they put for her...
She's got a really weird voice. It doesn't sound like anyone. It's really raspy, but...
It's raspy, but also her vowels are very broad. She speaks... It sounds like she talks like this with her mouth very wide.
She's a rapper, so that might be part of it.
Maybe.
But, I discovered her this last couple weeks, and
I watched Paradise Hills, and you were like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's Aquafina. What do you mean you don't know Aquafina? She was in Jumanji. I was like, who is she in Jumanji? I was like, she's in the second Jumanji. She's the chick that joins the party.
I don't remember a chick joining the party.
Oh my God.
I've only seen that one once, though.
But she's a recurring character in Future Man, which is a very, very funny, very inappropriate humor comedy on Hulu. If you're going to watch it, I highly recommend it. Josh Hutcherson is the main character, and I did not know that he could do comedy so well, but he is a riot. But get past the first couple episodes, because the first couple episodes are really just, I think, to desensitize you to the kind of humor they're going to use. Once you get past that, like, it's actually really good. It's got a really good story.
A lot of masturbation jokes, though.
In the first episode. They're like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes of masturbation jokes, but they get past it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Future Man is very, very funny. I've seen the whole thing. I'm happy to talk to you about it anytime, because that movie, or that show just, like, totally cracked me up.
All right, and then finally we have Aiza Gonzalez plays Amarna.
Mm-hmm.
She's best known for Baby Driver.
Which I still have not seen.
I Care a Lot. Godzilla vs. Kong, which we have covered.
Mm-hmm.
Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, which I just recently saw.
So that is our cast that we're going to talk about. There's a lot of other characters, too, that are very minor. You've got lots of, like, not even named, I don't think. Like, there's a boyfriend and a fiance and all the various people working around them. And, I mean, there's...
Lots of roses.
There's lots of roses.
Lots of roses.
There's a lot of roses. But, yeah, so that's our cast of characters. So let's talk Uma. Uma's the main character. And basically the premise behind that character is she's been sent to this, I would call it like a reprogramming facility.
Yeah, very fascist in nature.
Very fascist. She's been sent because she comes from a family, don't they call them uppers and lowers?
Yeah, so
she comes from a family of uppers. Her mom wants her to marry this guy. She doesn't want to marry him, and so they've sent her to this facility.
She's from a family of uppers, but they are out of money and therefore going to lose their status. And so she's being forced to marry this not very nice guy. And she's refusing. And so they've sent her off to reprogram her to be...
When we get to the spoiler section, we'll explain the air quotes around the word reprogram. If you watch the movie, you know.
Yeah.
But if you know, please don't say in chat yet, because we will throw up that spoilers tag here in a little bit. Yes, spoilers. Hey, that's how I've been feeling the last 2 days. It's exciting. Awesome. Yeah. Fun fact: I totally have a trash can right next to the bed, just in case. Because I feel awesome. Anyway, so she immediately, like, she strikes me as a really strong character. She's a really strong woman, and like right off the bat, you see that because the show sort of starts with her waking up there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I guess you see the clip from the future, and then they go back.
Yes.
But basically, when you see her kind of as like not in the future clip, she's like right off the bat, like, where the hell am I? Hey, open this door right now. Let me out of here. You can't do this. Like, she is fighting them tooth and nail every step of the way from moment one. And I kind of like that. So she's in this very fascist society, and yet somehow she has not kind of fallen in with that mentality, which was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. And then she's paired up with...
And so so everybody is paired up, like they're put in these dorm rooms with like groups of 3, essentially. Yeah. So her 2 roommates are Chloe and Yu. Uh-huh. So Chloe is there because she is overweight, and her family wants her to not be overweight, and so they've sent her there.
To reprogram her to make her want to be skinny.
To make her want to be skinny, because she doesn't feel like she needs to be.
Yeah, she thinks she's beautiful the way she is, and she
is right.
Yes.
And so, because she's gorgeous. Yeah. Gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
So I like her freckles. I like freckles. She's very freckled.
I like freckles too.
You say it with that face, though. It's going to make your mother uncomfortable. She's watching. My mother's watching.
That one right there.
I know, the one on my lip.
Yep.
He goes crazy about it. I have one stupid freckle on my lip.
Mm-hmm.
But when I wear lipstick, it makes it look like I'm like bruised or something.
No, it
so
doesn't.
like it's cute. It's cute when I don't have anything on. But
it's always cute. I love it.
He's biased. Anyway, Anyway, so Chloe's there because her family wants her to want to be skinny and pretty and all of that, like the rest of them, basically to fit a cookie cutter. She doesn't feel a need. So, and she's so funny because when you meet her, she's like, I'll just take the 3-week vacation. It's fine.
Yeah.
She's like, look at this place. It's paradise. I'll just relax for 3 weeks. No big deal. My family can deal with it. They're going to pay for it. Free vacation.
Yeah.
So she's really fun. But I want to talk about you, because you was probably my favorite character in the movie.
Really?
Yes. So
Okay.
as somebody with anxiety, so
Okay.
technically I have agoraphobic panic disorder, but as somebody with anxiety, I really liked their portrayal of her. She actually has a panic attack in the movie, and it's the way it's done, for me, felt very real.
Okay.
And it was actually a really emotional scene for me because it was very real to me.
Okay.
But I liked that the reason she's there is literally because she has anxiety and has panic attacks, and that's why her family sent her, was to fix that.
She's a lower. Her parents are lowers. She's sent to live with her aunt and uncle who are uppers, and she doesn't fit their ideal world.
No, but that's because of the anxiety.
It partly, but
Yeah.
she also is making weird rap music and wants this life of her own, and so.
Oh, I missed that. What I
Oh,
got
you
was
did?
what I got when she was talking to them about it. She said flat out that
That's
I
why
don't
she's
fit
always
into
got
it.
her headphones on.
No, she has the headphones on. Not.
No, she says I write music. She tells Chloe I write music, and she puts the headphones on Chloe, and she goes, "This is not music."
No, because she freaks out when they take the headphones away from her. That's when she has the panic attack.
Okay.
The headphones are there as a buffer. She might write music too. I'm not gonna dispute.
Because she puts the headphones on Chloe, and Chloe is like, "This is not music."
But it drowns stuff out for her because it's not until they take the headphones off of her that she has the panic attack.
Okay.
And it's not because she suddenly can't hear her music. It's because she loses her buffer.
Okay. I did not get that. I'm sorry.
Oh. It's actually a really common thing. A lot of people who have, basically, if your anxiety is impacted by sensory input, particularly auditory sensory input, it's actually really common that people who experience that will wear headphones or earbuds or earplugs or things like that to help lower the amount of noise that they're getting at any given time.
Okay. I got it that she was a musician and wanted to have a different life than what they thought appropriate.
Okay, but being a musician does not mean you walk around with headphones 24/7.
True.
I mean, she literally sleeps in them.
She does?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that either.
But I usually will complain about the way things are portrayed in movies because I feel like they haven't actually bothered to talk to anybody that's experienced them. This is one of those rare occurrences where I feel like they did a very honest representation of a panic attack and somebody living with anxiety, just in terms of how she sort of, and not everybody. I always feel like I need to include, I know Paul always includes as well, just because you know one person with anxiety doesn't mean that you know every person with anxiety. Or just because you know one person with any individual thing does not mean you know every person that has that thing, because for everybody it's a little bit different.
I've got just burning between my toes. Does that?
Anyway, so, but at least from my perspective, I thought that everything they did around her character felt very honest and very real.
Okay. I clearly need to watch it again because I don't
usually
remember
watch
that.
it a second time, but because we have so many other things going on, we did not have the opportunity. We usually do it Monday afternoons, and we had eye appointments today instead, so we did not get to watch it a second time.
Yeah.
It is a movie that I think, if you have not watched it yet, I would probably, even though I have not watched it a second time, having seen the end of the movie, I would say it is probably a movie that would benefit from a second view. I'm looking forward to watching it a second time. I definitely want to go back and
watch it again because I was like, whoa.
There were some things at the end that we did not see coming, and now I'm like, and I usually pick up on stuff like that. So when I'm surprised, I'm like, I need to go back and watch this movie again. Did they really pull the rug out from under me at the end of this movie, or did I miss something huge somewhere? So yeah, totally want to go back and watch it again. But yeah, so big fan of you. And then Amarna is actually a girl that had been there before the other three arrived.
Yes.
And is a pop star.
Uh-huh.
And she ends up becoming friends with these girls, essentially. And I kind of got
I
think she became lovers with Uma, right?
Yes, that was my.
Like it wasn't
That's what
just
I
an
took away.
experimentation thing. Like they
No,
actually
I
hardcore fell for each other.
But I think it started with her first, and then Uma reciprocated after things came out about her boyfriend. Like she was caring, but I don't think she went.
Oh yeah, I think
the
interest was there, but the willingness was not because she had a boyfriend,
Yeah.
and then when stuff happens with the boyfriend, then suddenly it's a possibility. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's sort of this little. They have a nice romantic story in it, but it's not. It's not the story. It's just kind of this teeny tiny little.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of romance for those of you that like romance in a story, but it's like 3 scenes that have romance.
But
and
it's important because
they have a friendship first.
Yeah, because I think that their relationship though really allows you to see what's being done, and when things happen at the end, it's a little harder to take because of their relationship.
I would agree. So let's talk in terms of like plot development, pacing, structure, continuity, stuff like that. My take is you spend a great deal of this movie asking yourself, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I said what? Like, I think we verbally were saying it at one point too. We were like, what the hell is happening?
It's literally everything about this movie.
It's so weird.
The design of the costumes. I'm like,
oh, I love the costume design.
Right.
The costume design of this movie is awesome.
Cool, but I'm like, when is this supposed to take place? Is this like way in the future? Like, is it in the past? Like, I was so confused.
Yeah, because the costumes had kind of a steampunk but futuristic sort of vibe to them, which was kind of neat.
Yeah.
And then, like, the hair design was really cool. And the set design was really cool. And they clearly, like, there's clearly something futuristic about it because you have there's a hint at the beginning, you see a hover car.
Yeah.
And that's kind of your only hint that this takes place in the future.
Well, but it melds so many different types of styles together in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Like, visually, this movie is stunning.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Yeah. Like, I could just, I mean... I wouldn't recommend muting it because you'd be really confused.
But you could have someone...
You can mute the movie and still have an enjoyable experience.
Like, someone's wearing, like... I don't want to say Victorian. That's not right. But around that... what's the era that you like so much?
Victorian.
Okay.
Regency?
Regency
Regency is the Empire Waist.
Okay. But then she's got a 40s hairdo. And I don't know. It just was like really mixing.
So what you're struggling because it's steampunk. So steampunk is Victorian.
Yeah.
Plus like industrial tech.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So it's like the worst way to describe steampunk. I'm so sorry to all of the steampunk people out there of my horrible definition. But basically that's what it is. Okay. In terms of attire. And so, so you have this very, like, steampunk thing, and then you'll have this, like, 40s hairdo. And
so it mixes a lot of styles.
That's also pink.
Yeah.
But the girl with the green hair, no. We need to get rid of the green hair and turn it black. So it looks more natural. Yeah. But Uma, they turn pink.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand. It's confusing. But I think that the movie itself is not confusing. It's just you need to leave your concept of reality at the door when you go to watch the movie because it's just...
Well, and then, of course, they're they're attempting to brainwash these girls. So you get these very weird scenes of them trying to break them.
Well, and you get these scenes, so like traditional brainwashing that you see in movies is like the flash of videos and stuff like that. And you have those. And they've got those scenes. But also, they're strapped in on a carousel horse that has been lifted up to...
Yeah.
Like, it's some really just weird... I'm like spitting on the bed. Like, weird... It's just weird. The movie is really weird. But not in a bad way. It's a... Because I would say No Good Deed was weird, but in a bad way. Like, that movie was fucked up.
It was weird?
Yeah. Because you have all these, like... Because all the characters were weird. Because they were all criminals, but, like, bad at it. Like, nobody was good at being criminals. All of them were bad at it. And not in a humorous way. Like, they were legitimately trying to be good, but they just did a lot of really stupid stuff.
I just think that this movie, one, it's very artistic in its presentation.
It's very artistic and quirky.
And I'm not just talking about design. I'm talking the way it's written, the way it's performed. It's very artistic, I think.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would say in terms of pacing, you've got kind of this like surprising start to it, and then as you're seeing the life unfold at the Paradise Hills Resort or whatever it is, it's like this island. So while you're on the island, I think through the middle of the movie, there's a lot of like, okay, I get it. They're trying to brainwash the girls into being somebody else. It's a reprogramming facility. I get it. So what are we going to do about it? Like, can we, like, I've gotten the point. But right about the time that you start to think that, other things start happening that make you wonder what the hell's actually going on.
Yeah. And so Milla's character is the Duchess, and she runs the place.
You want we can move on to that because that's the next thing.
Okay, I can never tell from one scene to the next what exactly she's about or doing. Like, she keeps you guessing.
But she's sketchy as hell.
So quirky. Like, she is like creepy weird. So let's do our whole spiel here. We're going to talk about Milla Jovovich now. Okay.
Jovovich, not Jovovich.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said Jovovich that time. So yes, I looked it up. So on Twitter, she literally has the pronunciation of her name. So I am 100% confident that it's Jovovich, not Jovovich, even though I've said it wrong forever. But according to IMDb, oh, I'm sorry, you do that. That's your thing.
Where are we looking?
For IMDb,
most known for The Fifth Element, Resident Evil, The Fourth Kind. Recommendations.
My recommendations are The Fifth Element, because of course, all of the Resident Evil movies, and that's it. Here, I'll list them for you so it sounds like I have more recommendations. I recommend the original Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident Evil Extinction, Resident Evil Afterlife, Resident Evil Retribution, and Resident Evil The Final Chapter.
They could have just called them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But they titled them, and therefore I will say the titles because they are all good.
Mine are The Fifth Element because, Dazed and Confused, The Fourth Kind, and Resident Evil Apocalypse. I just listed my favorite of the series, even though I do like them all.
Well, I can't list my favorite because then you're like, it's the slowest one of all of them. My favorite is the first one.
That's actually not my biggest issue with the first one.
What's your biggest issue with the first one?
The zombies just look like people with blue paint on their faces. Except for the one scene where they use computer animation to take half the face off. All the other zombies just look like they're wearing blue paint going.
That doesn't bother me. They do a really successful job in the first Resident Evil movie of building suspense, making you wonder what's going on, and then slamming you in the face with it. And it's wonderful. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about the Duchess. So you'd already sort of started it.
Yeah.
So, yes, Duchess, very sketchy. Very, very sketchy girl. You know there's something off about her pretty much the first time you meet her because she's got that, like, sickeningly sweet personality.
Yeah.
Even the way she talks. One of the things I love about Milla Jovovich in general is that she's very good at affecting her voice in terms of the character. And so in this one, she's got this her voice is higher than normal, and she speaks very sweetly and very slowly and very nurturingly. And it's...
Would you like some tea?
Would you like some tea? And it is like, it's very calm, and like it's almost got a little bit of a rasp to it. Mm-hmm. It's just like, it's not Lilu.
Creepy.
And it's creepy. Yeah, it's very creepy when you first see her. And I think she does such a wonderful job with that. It's just like creep factor times 10.
Are we going to discuss?
No spoilers?
No? Okay, later. Okay.
We're not in spoilers yet.
Okay.
The thing's not up there. We'll do that after the break. Spoilers after the break. You would think he'd never done this before.
Wait, what?
But I do like that, like, one of the things I love about this character, though, is that she's got that sweet persona, and you can tell not only because of her, but because of the environment that she's in, and everything's happening around her, and she's the woman in charge. And so I was going somewhere with this. What was I gonna say? Give me just a second. My brain is not working today.
No.
That's not actually helpful. Just, you know.
Be the ball.
Can you guys hear the gears turning through my ear?
Be the ball. You're not being the ball.
I have no idea what I was gonna say. Oh, that's tragic. Who is calling me at 8:30? Oh, voicemail. Oh well, I'll check it later. Oh, I like that sometimes that perfection that in her persona that she's kind of putting on cracks, and she'll like lose her shit for a second, and then she'll be like, and like back to being sweet. And I loved that. That
it
was
almost
cool.
comes off like she's totally crazy.
She's totally crazy. She is totally crazy.
I don't think so. I think it's part of her manipulation.
Psycho. She is psycho. She is crazy, and not in a good way.
Okay.
You didn't get that at the end either? She is off her head.
Okay.
Well, we'll talk about it more in the spoilers. So let's see. We usually do break about 9, right? So we're actually doing okay on time, given how long we yapped about not the movie.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and take a break, or
no, because we got to compare her performance in this character to the other two we've seen, and I feel like it's a lot easier to do in this one because you can tell just by comparing Katinka in Zoolander that has a just talking her voice alone, like you just close your eyes and listen to the different characters. So Katinka has this very thick like Russian accent. I think Katinka's supposed to be Russian. Yeah. And very harsh voice, very deep voice. Whereas Lilu has like I think that the innocence that Lilu has is portrayed very well just vocally. Where she has, I can't even say that it's a sweet voice. It's not, but there's a lot of like question and stuff in the voice. And then again in this one, we've already talked about the fact that her voice has that like sickeningly sweet tone to it until she loses her shit, and then it's like, and then she's back to that like
and
sweetness again.
The other two roles, so Katinka obviously played up for laughs. Okay. Lilu is funny because she's like a fish out of water and just experiencing life and human nature for the first time. And so dealing with that, she does some funny things. I don't think, like we said before, she's not written as a comedy, but you laugh because of her reactions to things. There is nothing to laugh at.
No, she's scary as hell.
This is...
and like the more she loses it, the scarier she gets. Like this is not a character that I would want to come in contact with ever. Yeah. Well,
watching her. So a couple semesters ago, I took a course on the Holocaust, and I wrote a paper on movies about the Holocaust and how we've Americanized the story of the Holocaust through our movies, and the differences between reality and what those movies represent. And the way she behaves in this reminds me a lot of some of the Nazi leaders of the camps in those movies. Acts one way, but you really know is thinking this totally dark, evil, like sadistic thing. Like that, she really gave me that same kind of feel.
Well, and I think it's interesting that you say that, not about the Holocaust thing, but like the saying one thing but thinking another. And that's something she does very well. She did very well with Lilu as well, because you've got this whole section of the movie where Lilu does not speak English.
Right.
And you know what she's saying, partly by tone of voice, but partly because she has a real ability to help you see what the character is thinking, and I think that that was used again in this movie, where you can tell, even though she's being very, her actions are very kind at the beginning, and she seems very kind, and her voice is very sweet, but you can tell, I don't even know how she's doing it, because it's not like she's not smiling, but it's like you can tell in the eyes that there is something malevolent there, just like you could tell in the eyes the innocence and curiosity in Lilu, and even in Katinka, even though it's a comedic role, like she clearly wanted to kill anybody that crossed her path, and you knew that whether she said anything or not.
Yeah.
And it's something in general that I think Milla Jovovich does a really fantastic job with, is kind of that very, like, she plays a lot of very over the top characters and yet somehow has this amazing skill for subtlety.
Yeah.
Which I find interesting.
Yeah. I'd agree.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I would too, obviously.
You gonna agree with yourself?
I'm gonna agree with myself. I do.
Or wait, are you agreeing with to agree with me?
No. I think that I've made a very good point.
Okay. I just want to clarify, because if you were agreeing to agree with me about agreeing with you, I would agree that that would be the way to go.
I agree. All right, guys. So we're kind of to this a little bit early, but that's okay because I am wiped. So we're gonna go ahead and take a 5-minute break. Get up, stretch your legs. Now is your shot to watch the preview for next week's movie. If I set it up right, all you have to do is write !next movie, all one word, and it should pop up the link for you in the chat, and you should be able to go out and watch it during our 5-minute break. We'll see you back here in about 5 minutes. All I gotta do is come over here and click the right screen and like do what I'm supposed to do, which I'm not doing because I didn't get it set up at all. Okay, now we are going to transition to 5-minute break. We'll see you in 5. Eve, you'll want to do next movie, all one word. So ! next movie, all one word. And we're back. And we're visible. Hello.
Hi.
I have to click too many buttons so it doesn't happen smoothly, but here we are. I got cheaters until my eyes heal. What are cheaters?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's something to do with her eyes.
That's right. How did your surgery go? I mean,
She had the first one, the second one's tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. Good luck. We'll be thinking about you. Dollar store glasses. Got it. I'm with you now. Okay, so thank you for putting that up there because everybody gets to see that once one person puts it up there. So everyone can click the link, and I appreciate you doing it because my keyboard is way over there at my computer desk. Because my keyboard's not wireless, but my mouse is. So I can like click on things, so I can mute and unmute fine, which is why I could talk to you, but I can't reach the keyboard. So, sorry about calling you out like that, but I didn't have a better way to do it.
Enhance.
Can you stop?
Enhance.
We're trying to talk.
Okay. You like that movie?
What movie is that?
Super Troopers?
Oh. I saw the movie once, and I thought it was funny.
It is
I
funny.
wouldn't call myself a fan. The only scene I really remember from it is the "All right, meow." Could you imagine if we did an entire movie stream doing meow?
We'll have
All
to
right,
do that
meow.
if we
We're
ever
going
get
to talk
that
about
movie.
the family rating.
Okay. All right, meow.
All right, meow. Meow. So a thing about the rating, we always have the ratings up on the stream where you can see them. I have PG-13 selected. This movie actually did not go to theaters, however, so the rating is technically TV-14, but I didn't have a little graphic for TV-14, so I just stuck with PG-13.
Yeah, it made the film festival rounds, but when it went straight to streaming instead of going to theaters.
Yep, so it got a TV rating, not a movie rating.
Yep.
And I would say it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
There's no nudity. The violence is not graphic.
There's
the most
sexual situations.
Yeah, there's sexual situations, but nothing. Like, there's nothing graphic. The most graphic thing is at the very, very end, and it's more
That's
suggested graphicness.
Scary, though. I mean, younger children definitely would have an issue.
No, yeah, don't show this to your younger kids.
Yeah.
Unless your younger kids are just totally desensitized to violence entirely, in which case they probably won't mind. But this movie has some, like, I wouldn't call it a horror movie, but it's got some scary overtones to it. We're in spoilers now.
I would say it's a thriller for sure.
Yeah, I would say thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very chill thriller until like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But it goes from like a chill, what the fuck kind of movie to...
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Like, what is happening? Why are there bodies in the rose bushes?
When you said that, all I could think of was that the what's happening when at the end of Poltergeist, when the older daughter pulls up and gets out of the car, her friend's car, and the house is starting to fold up, and she's like, "What's happening?"
I don't remember that.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch that movie. I watched it. I've seen it.
Oh, I love Poltergeist.
Been there,
It still
done
scares the bejesus
I don't
out
do
of me.
horror movies, though. I don't enjoy being scared.
It was one of the first movies to scare me as a child, and I still
I can't
love
believe
it
you
to
saw
this
that
day.
as a child.
Yeah. We went to a friend's house, and we were staying there for the weekend, and we all watched it as two families.
That is not a kid's movie.
So, yes, it was with you. It was your best friend's house that we saw it.
Okay, but let me just say, so friends are the worst when it comes to movies for kids. Because I saw Gremlins at the age of 3. And while that is a funny movie to everybody else that has ever seen it, I still have nightmares. Still. I'm almost 40. I still have nightmares about that movie because I saw it when I was 3. Gremlins are fucking scary if you're a 3-year-old.
I saw Poltergeist. It would have been after 84 because it was after the move to our house. So, and I think that movie came out 82 82, so maybe like 84, 85. We saw it at my mom's friend's house, and I've loved it ever since.
So you're saying you saw it when I was 2 or 3. So you saw it about the time I saw Gremlins.
Yeah.
And we're both traumatized.
And I was...
Yeah. Actually, you're not traumatized
I
because you
was
still like watching it.
I was almost 10. Oh, no, but I can't watch it at night. It still scares me as an adult.
Well, because the clown, like, I still stand by the fact, who the hell would buy that clown for their kid? Because before it was haunted, that clown is terrifying, and I don't have an issue with clowns.
To me, one of the greatest filmed scenes in the history of cinema is in Poltergeist. It's not a scary scene, but everybody's sleeping except for the one scientist who's like listening to music and messing with his stuff, and they've got cameras set at a whole monitoring system, and all of a sudden all the cameras turn and point up the steps, and you see a door open. You don't see the door, but you could tell the door opens at the top of the stairs because the light is there, and you hear that shh. And lights start slowly coming down the stairs, and the scientist sees it, and he's just like, wow, and they shoot up into the ceiling and disappear, right? Well, then when he plays it back on the video, the lights are people. You can see the people walking down the stairs. And I'm just, I love that scene. It is so awesome.
No. I'm with you, Eve. I don't watch those kinds of movies either. I have seen Poltergeist because I had a friend who said it was just the best movie ever, and she loved it. It was amazing, and she convinced me to watch it, and it was horrible.
No,
although
it's awesome.
Remarkably, I don't have nightmares about that one.
It's one of those...
And to be fair, anytime I imagine that clown, do you know where my brain actually goes?
What?
It's to Scary Movie, when they spoofed that clown. It's
Okay.
highly inappropriate. I will not describe it in front of my mother-in-law, but it's bad.
So...
I'll let you explain it
No,
to her.
no, not doing it.
But that's where my brain goes immediately, and so I have this like
Okay.
really funny memory paired with this really scary image, and so my brain like instantly transitions to this other very funny scene.
But it's one of those early Spielberg movies of the 80s that treats kids like they're not dumb, and they're still filled with imagination and wonder.
It's not a kids movie.
No. I'm talking about the kids in the movie are treated that way.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So-
I was like, I don't see that at all.
So,
but yeah, I get
you
what
know,
you're saying.
Yeah, his mother-in-law is here too. Haha. But
You guys have talked about way worse.
this is true. Poltergeist, Goonies, E.T. I mean, there's a reason why Spielberg movies of the 80s captured the youth market so much. It's because they treated the kids like they were, not like they were adults, but like they were people.
Fragile.
Yeah. They weren't going to break at every single little thing
not
that
a
came along.
porcelain doll.
Yeah. And they were strong and could fight for themselves, and even if they were scared, they saw the mission through. Like,
Yeah, kids were represented really nicely in movies.
and now they're, we've got to handle them all with kid
He's
gloves.
talking about the way kids are represented in movies, not the way you should show movies to kids.
Correct.
Because, as always, we believe
Preview it first.
It's like a thing now.
Yeah.
Hashtag preview first.
There you go.
And with this one, you definitely should.
Yes.
Even if you have a 13, 14-year-old, I would recommend maybe watch it first. Just because... Yeah. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Because a great deal of the movie, you sit there going, I don't understand what... Not that I don't understand what's happening, but just, like, it's such a weird movie that you spend a lot of time just going and trying to piece the bits together in your head. Or at least that's how I watch. I'm always trying to solve the puzzle before they do. I'm always racing to solve the puzzle before they get it solved. And I know you don't tend to do that as much.
No.
Like
I just let the movie wash over
coast.
me, and I become one of the characters, and I just exist in that space for the movie. Like,
you're just sort of along for the ride.
yeah.
Whereas
Wherever it takes
I'm very
me.
active in the movie where I'm like, I wonder if that was a clue or a red herring. I don't know. Let's see.
At least the first time I watch a movie, I just let myself be engulfed by it.
So let's...
Later, I'll go back and I analyze, things. Unless the movie is bad and not bad that it's good, but just bad, and I find myself bored or just can't connect with it, then I start to get a little more judgmental. But
yeah,
that's why it's best for me to watch a movie twice.
Like how I ruined... What did I ruin for you? We were watching it and I kept... Was it Maze Runner? The Maze Runner movies?
No, I saw those before you did.
I know, because you'd seen them and you were sharing them. There was something you'd seen and you were sharing it with me and I kept ruining it. And you were like, would you stop? Because I kept saying, like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they do it that way? They could just do this. Like...
Yeah, I think that was Maze Runner.
Was it the Maze Runner movies? Like,
especially
the first
the
one's
second
really good. And then, like, the second one, I was like... It'd be something really dumb, like they're doing some crazy, like, climbing this way and going that way. It's not a direct example. I'm just like, here's an example of what it would be like, okay? They'd be doing some totally intricate thing, and there's a door right there that they could just walk through.
Yeah.
Like, it was stuff like that, where they just were like, hey, this will look really cool, so let's have the kids do this, and have the kids do that. And then it's dumb. They could just, like, walk that way and be safe. Like, why is this happening?
The first Maze Runner was great.
First Maze Runner is phenomenal. So fun.
As a zombie fan, I was so disappointed that they turned it into a zombie series for the rest of it.
I didn't feel like it was necessarily zombies exactly so much as mutation.
Okay, they're half-dead, decaying things that are trying to eat you.
Are they dead? I thought they were mutants. Like, basically they were
right, but they're decaying. Their faces are all like... and like a zombie would.
Do you know what happens when the human body is exposed to high levels of radiation? It looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get that it was radiation, though.
I didn't... I mean, they never really said in the movies,
and
I haven't read the
they're
books,
also,
but...
like, kind of staggering around until they see someone, and they're like... and running after them. And
they're fun, though. Ooh, we have conversation. It's always a good idea to be able to discuss a movie with your kids. Yes, always. I think this is one of them. Thank you for getting us back on track, Tegwin. This is definitely one of them. And I thought the books were basically zombie books. Okay, fine. Take his side. Yet again.
I win.
You're always taking his side and Paul's side. What the hell? I matter too. My opinion is valid, damn it. Anyway, Paradise Hills. So now that we're in spoilers, we can talk about the Duchess.
Okay. So the Duchess starts to show powers?
Yeah, right towards the beginning, though, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's throughout the movie they keep getting more and more severe. There's like a part where she gets really angry and the windows start to crack behind her.
Yeah, well, and that's what it is. It's like those moments where she slips and loses it are always like the buildings will shake or the island. It's never really clear if the whole island is shaking or if it's just like the building or if it's just like the room she's in.
But it's not just then, because there's also a scene where she's talking to Uma in her office, and when she dismisses her without looking up, the door just opens.
Oh, yeah. See, that's one of the things I wanted to watch going back because I wanted to see if there were any vines on it.
Ah, okay.
It was literally one of the things I was like, oh, okay, on second watch, I'm going to watch the door.
Okay.
Because at the end, and here's why I say this movie's weird and it doesn't answer all your questions, okay? So we're not clear on if she's the island, if she's the roses. She is some sort of supernatural monster.
And she's doing all this for her mother.
For her mother. I got the sense the mother is the island and she's the roses growing on the island.
Okay.
Is sort of my interpretation. It's not real clear.
So the vines will enwrap you and...
Yes, but she was also feeding... So this is why it's confusing. Is she says something about feeding her mother.
Yeah.
And so the girls... Oh, we should probably back up and tell you, the reprogramming is actually replacing. They are replacing the people with other people. So basically they've got lowers.
They've gone and found, lowers and given them plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And then they're putting the girls in all these high tense situations to see how they're going to react so that they can basically program the replacements to be the girls
Yeah.
in the future. So they're going to kill the girls and feed them to the roses and replace them with these lowers that look and act like them, but will be okay with whatever's given them because they're getting out of a harsh life and being sent to live with the uppers.
Yeah. So, and there's a line that says it pretty bluntly, and I don't remember the direct quote, but it's something to the effect of, they're not treating us, they're studying us.
Uh-huh.
And that's what it is that the 3 weeks that you're there, however long, is so that they can study you, so that then the replacements can go and take the place of you, essentially. Yeah. And so then the girls are fed to the rose bushes, and that somehow feeds the Duchess's mother.
Uh-huh.
And then when she doesn't successfully get Uma, it feeds off of the Duchess. Which is why I'm not sure if the mother is the roses or if the mother is the island.
Well, but
I'm very confused because she's got control of the roses.
The roses become her clothes.
Yes. And then when Uma breaks free, the roses shrivel up.
Yeah, because she stabs the Duchess.
Does she stab her?
Yeah. She stabs her through the gut.
With what?
I don't remember. There was something there and she
Yeah, we should have
her.
rewatched the movie.
Yeah.
Why are there not more hours in the day?
Yeah, she shoves
I remember
something
her stabbing
through her.
I know that the Duchess sort of shrivels up and dies.
She's got a knife. She's got the scalpel.
Oh, she stole the scalpel.
Yeah.
That's right.
She shoves the scalpel into her, and so as the Duchess is dying, all the roses start shriveling up and dying.
I forgot about the scalpel. See, I thought... Okay, so
But the Duchess was drinking...
She was
Chloe's
drinking
blood.
Yeah, because she had a drip.
Yeah.
Because I know when first time you saw it, you were like, is she a vampire? And I was like, no, I think she's the roses.
Uh-huh. And then the roses start
moving. And then the roses started moving, and he was like, oh, shit. But I gotta say, that was something that was enjoyable about the movie, is I tend to be, and I thank my mother for this, because she watches movies like this, too. And so, I don't know that we, ever called it racing each other, but we are both competitive sorts of people, and always, tried to figure it out first. So while we never said it was a race, it was, totally was. And or at least it was for me. She's probably going to be like, what? No, I was just enjoying time with my daughter. But no, because it's always, it is, I will admit, is a point of pride for me that I tend to beat the story to the punch. And then I feel very validated when the story goes the direction that I think it will.
See, I don't, because then I feel if it was so easy for me to figure out, then they didn't do a very good job writing.
I like being challenged, though.
Unless it's a total ripoff, like the end of the original Friday the 13th. They spend the whole time, trying to get you to think that the killer is this person and that person and this person and that person. And then in the end, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen it, it's been out for 40 years. In the first movie, it's Jason's mom that's the killer. They don't introduce her at all.
That's cheating.
Until they identify her as the killer.
That's cheating.
And I'm like, no. Yeah, it's so frustrating. I hate that.
So, but that's why I love mysteries and stuff, because I like to try to figure it out. The Agatha Christie book I read, I'm a fan. one book and I'm a fan. I will read more. Because it was great, because you have so many clues, and all the clues are there the whole time. They're right in front of your face. And they're just so subtle and just seem so normal that it doesn't even occur to you that that's what happened. And the book that I read, literally everybody dies. And when the last person dies, I was like, but who's the killer then? What the hell? And it turns out one of them faked their death. I was like, oh, and the clues were totally there, and I missed it. So she outsmarted me. And I love that. But I love stuff like that. I love that feeling. And so it was enjoyable. And this movie for me is this movie kept me guessing, because it's so weird and so far from the typical way that stories are told, and the typical environments that stories are told in, and the typical characters that stories are told about, that there's so many like foreign elements to it that, and so many like moving parts and different factors to take into consideration, that my money was not on Rose Monster.
No. I
did not make that leap at all.
I was like,
in hindsight, the evidence is there.
Yes,
but
I wasn't thinking. I was like, okay, so she's got, like psychic powers or something like that.
Something supernatural.
I never like went to like Rose Monster.
But it's so are the roses, because she's even like trimming roses. She talks about roses in like every other scene she's in.
Yeah, she's like
they're always there with her. She always has
take
roses
care of
with
the
her.
roses with me.
Yes, and she talks about why she loves them, because they're beautiful, even though they have thorns. Blah blah. And like she's always talking about the roses and loving on the roses, and
I'm the thorn.
He was there the whole time, and
right
over my head. Did not see it coming.
Yeah.
I so didn't see it coming though. That like instantly when I realized that she was the roses, I was like, well, that's out of left field. And then the next second I was like, shit, no, it's not. I just didn't notice.
Yeah, it's there the whole time. But not where my mind went.
No, me either, because you've got all this other weird stuff going on. You're like, ooh, what are they doing to the girls? What are they doing here? And so you keep forgetting about the little quirky things that she's doing. And that's how they get you, is they send your attention somewhere else.
Well, I know that's why Knives Out is... By the way, we will be covering Knives Out. Yes. Don't worry, we will get there. It is like her favorite movie, I think.
No, Labyrinth. Labyrinth is still my favorite movie. But Knives Out is hella good.
Yeah.
I have a lot to... That's going to be a long show, though. I have a lot to say about Knives Out. And I've seen it several times at this point, and so like I have a lot to say about it, because I've like analyzed... I'm weird, okay? I like analyzed all the different characters, all the different clues, how they went about it, how they did this. Yes, that movie is good. It's a good movie. We will do it.
Hoping the sequel actually happens.
Yes, but it'll be... So he'll be the only repeat character. Yeah. Because it'll be a different case.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see how that'll go, because I think the reason that Knives Out is so good is because of the cast.
Oh, yeah.
That cast, it's like every once in a while you find a movie and everything just sort of came together perfectly and beautifully and mashed together, like between the writing and the casting. And
like, even Don Johnson, who knew he could be that good?
And like, I don't know who that is. And like the music and like everything was perfect in that movie.
He was the husband, the dad.
Which dad?
Jamie Lee Curtis's, Jamie Lee Curtis's husband.
Okay. But so there's two dads.
Yeah, there is. Sorry.
Because there's the father of the little Nazi, too.
Yeah.
He's Ransom's dad.
Yeah.
Who names their kid Ransom?
I guess that was the last name. I had a friend as a child whose last name was Ransom, but I feel like I know a Ransom, though.
It would be really grating, like, even when, like, as a child, if they're misbehaving, to be like, Ransom!
Okay.
It would be shrill and obnoxious.
Okay, but what if like someone calls and they're like, you're like, hey, they're asking for ransom. They've got our kid.
Call the cops. Yeah, it seems like a problematic name in a few ways.
I've seen that movie. Give me my son back.
Give me back my son. Yeah. Well, and then there's isn't it Taken, where he's like, I have a certain set of skills.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good monologue there when he's on the phone. I like that one. Way better than Give Me Back My Son.
Yeah.
But although I liked that movie too, though.
Ransom? Yeah, I liked that he used, instead of paying the ransom, he used the money to hunt them down.
Anyway, Paradise Hills.
Paradise Hills.
So yeah, the movie's really fun because it keeps you guessing. You spend a lot of time wondering what's going on, but not in a... I got frustrated at some point, I guess, because I do remember at some point having the thought, like, are we going to go somewhere with this?
Well, the second time she's up on the carousel horse, and she knows after the first experience it's not going to go good. Mm-hmm. Like, why doesn't she just unhook herself and slide down the pole?
That's kind of dangerous. sliding down a pole is can be kind of dangerous, especially with what she's
Firemen
wearing.
do it every
They've got
day.
her. Yeah, and they're wearing like pants and boots. Like they're not. She's in like heels and tights. It's not the same experience at all.
Oh, so her boyfriend.
We
didn't cover that.
That's okay. The boyfriend's a dick.
So
Doesn't deserve our attention.
she's one of the reasons she's not going to marry the a-hole is because she's already in love with someone else.
Yeah.
Who shows up at the resort working there.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell? He got paid off. He believed them that she was going to go ahead and marry the other guy and wasn't going to choose him. And so they paid him to come to the island and mess with her.
Yeah.
So that they could learn more about her.
What an asshole.
Yeah. And in the end, he's still like, come with me.
Yeah, she's like, no.
Yeah.
She leaves him. And good for her. No, but it is creepy. In terms of the parent rating that we were talking about, or the parent information, the thing that's really creepy is really at the end. The rest of the movie is fine. It's not until you sort of conceptually when you find out what they're actually doing to the girls. And then when she finds the rose bushes and you see like all of these decaying bodies in her same outfit of all the girls, because they all wear the same outfit.
Yeah.
Of all the girls that have been...
She finds... So her friend, the one that she fell for, the one... what is her name?
Amarna.
Okay. She leaves a couple weeks before. And
they have plans to meet.
They have plans to meet once she can escape. And when she finds the bodies in the roses, you see Amarna's body, which is really kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yep. That little glimmer of hope is just...
But I love... Can we totally spoil the end? No? Okay.
What are you going to spoil? Can you tell me in code?
What she does when she leaves the
island. Okay, so I would... Yeah, go ahead. Let's do it. It's spoilers. Okay. You guys have been warned it's spoilers.
Yeah, it's spoilers.
We're going to spoil the end of the movie for you.
So,
you'll cheer. It's great.
She's trying to sneak away and get off the island. She's got a boat. She's the last survivor. And...
Yes, because all the other characters died. This is one of those movies where everybody dies.
The guards are about to capture her. And... Well, I guess she shows up before when... She
helps her escape escape the Duchess.
So the Duchess has her trapped. And another version of her steps out and she's like, that's my replacement you've got. And they start arguing over who's the replacement. And she's like, which one is the real one? And so her replacement decides that... she's not going to go along with this either and helps her. And so you've got two Umas like fighting off and escaping the bad guys. Mm-hmm. And they get back to the mainland and you then see the wedding going on between Uma and the a-hole. Not her boyfriend, the fiancé.
The fiancé, who was also for her being sent to this place so that she would agree to marry him.
Yes.
And is talking about how happy he is that they did such a great job on her because she was a pain in the ass before.
Yeah, and that girl is gone.
Him.
Yeah. And so they get married. He goes off upstairs and she's told it's time for her to go upstairs. And she starts walking up, and then they flash to the bedroom, and she's laying in bed, and he comes in, and she motions for him, and they kind of start going at it. And
boy, when you're going to spoil the ending, you're going to just tell every second of it, aren't you?
This is great. I love this ending. Anyway, the real Uma is in the bed.
No.
Yes. The real Uma is in the bed and kills him. And they hear a scream because the duplicate is going up the stairs.
So that she can be seen.
She has to be seen at the party still. And she gets up there, and then, of course, they embrace, and then the duplicate screams like, ah! So she gets to act like she found the body murdered while the real Uma's escaping off to live out another life. And so
elsewhere.
both of them
Yeah.
are going to get what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And the asshole bites it.
Except that when Uma's fleeing, she's wearing this really long green cloak. Like, I'm talking
That
like...
makes no sense.
Like a mile long. Like, it's not
It's
that
like
long,
a
but
cathedral-length train.
Yeah.
It is so long.
And she's like running down this path with this long flowy thing, and I'm just like, that's just not practical for sneaking away.
It's not. But it's beautiful because that's the last image you see of the film is kind of it's made of a nice light fabric that catches the wind very nicely. So as she's running away, you have this very like billowing forest green cape as she runs through like trees and stuff on a pathway.
Yeah.
And it's a really beautiful image to end it with. It's a very free looking image to end it with. So, and I think the image is maybe the right word for this movie. There's a lot of like imagery. It's very much what things look like, and even in terms of what the plot of the movie is, it's very much about appearances.
Yeah.
And I think that's mirrored throughout in the really intricate, interesting costumes, the superficial way that they're given a makeover. They're told to look this way, do your makeup this way, do your hair this way. I think that, you know, a lot of like what things look like is important in this movie. And I thought it's interesting that it kind of plays both in terms of how the movie is filmed and the plot.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. It's an interesting parallel.
Anyway, I think we both recommend it.
We do, yes. I think it's worth 2 watches.
Yeah.
Watch it twice.
I can't wait to watch it.
Because although you guys know all the stuff now, so ones might do it. But yeah, I think it's worth a second watch, essentially.
It is on
Showtime?
Showtime, yes.
I don't have that on here anymore. I think it was Showtime.
And Mom, if you'd like to see it, hit me up.
We can give you our account information. Not everybody, just my mother-in-law. Sorry, guys. Gotta pay for your own subscriptions. Let's see. What else did we want to talk about?
We've got to talk about upcoming.
Yeah, no, I think we've done good. So, again, a reminder, we will not be here next week. We will be recovering from no sleep on the 4th of July because we have small kids who sleep lightly and a neighborhood that loves their fireworks.
Also, because of all of the light bulb issue, June got kind of cut short.
Yes.
For
so
us.
we are carrying, if you don't follow us on social media.
Yes.
You can tell them.
Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and carry Milla Jovovich.
Milla
Jovovich.
There we go.
Over to July.
Yes.
So we're going to expand. We're going to get to do a couple of movies that I wanted to do before.
Yes, but
that
they weren't
streaming at the time, and now they are.
Yay!
So next week
we are doing Monster Hunter, which we've not seen yet, but we have a friend, Paul has seen it and has given us his take on it and specifically told us not to spend that much money on it. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, not next week. So for the 12th, so 2 weeks from now, we'll be talking about Monster Hunter. You've got 2 weeks to watch it. It's currently streaming on Stars.
Yes.
And then for the rest of July, on the 19th, we'll be doing Dazed and Confused, which is streaming for free on Peacock. Peacock is a subscription service. However, they have some limited titles available for free with a free account, and this is one of them.
Yes.
So you do not have to pay for Peacock. You just have to make a free account.
Yes.
In order to watch Dazed and Confused.
If you have a Roku, Peacock is an app that you can get on there.
And then we will finish up the next month, not this month, with Shock and Awe. Yes. Shock and Awe. I feel like my southern accent
Shock and Awe
makes it sound like weird. So it makes me sound like I'm saying shock and awe. Shock and Awe. And that will lead into our next actor. We've given you a couple of clues so far. If you don't know them, you should have been here. Sorry, I'm not going to repeat them. We are going to add to last week's. And, so I guess you'll know last time's. Like it's not last week's, last time's. Because I'm going to have to add to that statement.
Yep.
Last time we said the actor is over 40. I'm going to add to that at the time of filming the movie. The actor was 40 at the time of filming the movie. Well, not 40, but over 40. I suck at the clue thing. Can you say this in words that make sense?
So far we've given you that he is a male. He was over 40 at the time that Shock and Awe was filmed.
There we go. Thank you. Words. I swear I do words for a living, guys.
So, yes, please go on social media and make your guesses.
Oh, hold on. Let me put up the thing. I'll remember to hit the transition button this time because I tend to forget that. Boom! We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I post the exact same stuff on every single one of those sites, so you only need to follow us on one. But if you want to really support us, go ahead and follow us on all of them. That's fine. I'm not going to stop you, but you're just going to see the same thing on repeat. And you can send us your guesses.
Yes.
Tag us. Let us know what you think we're going to do next. Not what you think.
Who we're going to do. Well...
Who we're gonna
what
cover.
actor we're going to review.
Like, this is getting worse. Who are we going to do next?
Well, we are in the bed.
Oh,
boy.
dear. It's not that kind of show.
We promise.
But yes, so you can send your guesses, mail, over 40 at time of filming, Shock and Awe.
Yeah.
We won't tell you until we do Shock and Awe which actor it is. So it's for bragging rights. I don't have any prizes to send you, but it is worthwhile. So so I think we're down to our, if you're watching on YouTube, even though I've been very bad about uploading our movies to our shows to YouTube.
What?
I know. It's just that one extra thing I have to do and I just cannot find the time for it. So I'm sorry if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably seeing it very delayed because I'm way behind on that. Like way behind.
Anyway.
Like way behind. Anyway, so if you are watching on YouTube, you can join us here at Monday Movie Madness. I am Mel. This is Zim. We're here every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central. Again, next time, we will not be here next week. On the 5th, we will be here. We'll be back on the, I wrote the date because I can't remember.
12th.
On the 12th. We'll be back July 12th with Monster Hunter. And
Mad Misadventures, Mel and Paul play games live Tuesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central.
Except tomorrow, I won't be there because we're shopping schools. We are touring a new school tomorrow morning, and Paul will be playing games by himself. And I don't know what because he hadn't decided yet.
Does he often play with... Never mind.
I said playing games by himself.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
We'll see
I'm so sorry for my husband's sense of humor.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Same bad time, or same mad time, same mad channel.
You
I almost said it wrong.
Do you want to try that one more time?
Same mad time, same mad channel.
Yes. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a great 4th of July and a great week. 2 weeks. Have a great 2 weeks.
Peace.
Peace. There's a button here somewhere. Sorry, hold on. Go do this one. There we go.